Oh yes, here we go, Sugar Plum. Welcome back to Juicy Crypto News. Bitcoin is still hovering around $44,000 and everybody is wondering, when is the doomsday going to come? And I can tell you right now, it could be right around the corner, friends. You know, with these things, you can just never truly know what's coming around the corner. But if you look to your left and right, you see signs of euphoria and things getting overheated, you can get a bit of a sniff as to what's going on. Now, first, I just want to tell you, friends, before you even look at the charts, look at these funding rates. Now, if you want access to these, friends, you just go to coinglass.com and you go to their funding section, okay? Look at these rates. By the way, what I've done is, friends, change it to yearly so you can actually see what's a high number or not. Because if you look at for hourly or monthly, it's very hard for most people to see, like, is 0.1% low or high? It's actually pretty high, right? For every 8 hours. Now, when you look at these yearly rates, this is huge. Now, by the way, just to let you know, friends, even though these rates are huge, they can stay huge and hot for a long time. And they can really squeeze you out. Every single time crypto goes up, the rates are always big. Why? See, you think, coming in from an outsider, there's a lot of people, they wear ties, clean shaven, VC scum, hedge funds trying to make their 2% yield. These people come in, they go, oh, look at all these silly crypto degenerates. The thing is, the market's smarter than you, okay? The market knows I'm happy to pay an annualized rate of 26% because I'm predicting that the growth of whatever I'm in is going to be big enough in the next 1, 2, or 3 months, okay? But it doesn't mean they're necessarily right, friends. It just means, like, those are the bets they take. And guess what? Most of the time, they're right. Most of the time, they're right. Yes, people are happy to pay 3% if they think something's going to go up 12% in the next 2 months, okay? Now, when it comes to these leverage trading, look at these rates, by the way. Bitcoin, 26%. On OKEx, see the OKEx exchange? 31%. Look at Ethereum. Ethereum, 65% is how much it costs you. Wow. You see these rates, friends? These are enormous. Even Link here, 75%. What does that mean, friends? It just means demand and supply, right? It means there's a lot of demand to buy and not enough demand to sell. So yes, just be careful. Yes, you can get short and hold. The problem is, one, you don't know how much the weak hands can push it up in the final gasp. Okay? And number two, when they eventually do crash, you don't get your rate annualized because crypto is going to bottom out and then move up again, okay, eventually later on. So the rates will actually come down. Remember, these are just transferred to a yearly rate. That's not what you get because you're not going to be able to hold it for the whole year. They're from the perps, okay? So just remember as well, the SDs are hot, but they can stay hot for a while. And it's a sign, and many weak hand copers are leverage longing here to gamble because they think, why? Why are they doing it, friends? They think they can earn free money. They're seeing crypto and everything go up. They believe, yes, I'm the genius. Now remember, when you see these are copers. These are people, they broke one of my 10 bull commandments. They've been fornicating with stable coins for a long time, way before Euphoria, okay? They've got stable coins on leverage exchanges. Instead of deploying them at the lows, what they do is they're like a scared little squirrel and they have the little nuts and they're like, oh, golly gee, I don't want to lose any of my stable coins because they believe stable coins are going to protect them for life, okay? Now, they're going to get wrecked on the way up. They're going to feel like idiots. And you're going to hear about their coin confessions wrecked later on. Okay, now, when it comes to these people, they're just leverage trading on accounts. They keep it on USDT or whatever it is. And most of the times, these people, yes, they're going to be looking like geniuses in a bear market. But the only reason they're making money is because there's so much money going around or about to go around in a bull market. So simply put, most of these traders, 98% of them are going to underperform buying and holding. It's because every single time they have a good result, they think their good result is going to keep compounding in the future, but it doesn't, okay? What they don't know is their good result was only a function because there were so many poop coins and altcoins that were floating around. And as they diminish, their trading gains are going to diminish too. That's why it's super important to pay attention to these leverage copers because these leverage copers, they were way too scared to deploy. And they haven't deployed. Now they're just going to keep trading. And you can see this imbalance of supply and demand. Now, I found this fascinating, friends. Here we are right now, $44,000. This is the Mt. Gox Ponzi cycle, the actual fractal. If we overlay the 2015, 2016 cycle for Bitcoin, you can see we are actually right where it should be. It's fascinating. $44,000, all right? Now, obviously, be careful with these because they don't follow exactly, but they kind of tell you, look at this. See, we are a bit later delayed compared to hitting this point. So now, does this mean we go down from here? I don't know. Just remember, this could always just do something like this, come back down later and do it like that, okay? And it's a funny part, okay, because we are just drawing squiggly lines. I've already got asked, right? People going, how do you even know we're going to retest 30K or 32K or 33K for Bitcoin? How do you even know that? Okay, and I said to my good friend, I said, kind sir, the fact that you are even asking me, how do I even know we're going to retest it? That's a sign you're a bit overconfident. You're a bit euphoric about Bitcoin. Maybe you believe in the buy the rumor, buy the news, the fake narrative put out there. Maybe you've been reading too many of Max Kaiser's Qatar's going to buy $500 billion of Bitcoin type of tweets. Maybe you've seen Michael Chad Saylor's $2 billion of profit and Nayib Bukaki and El Salvador. Okay, see all these news, friends, that I'm putting in your mind? People interpret all these and then it's reflected in the price. How's it reflected in the price? Well, you just saw the super hot leverage funding rates. People can't just wait. They just can't wait to get long. Okay, no. The time to get long was when it was scary, when FTX collapsed. This is not the time to get long now. The only opportunity we're still in, waiting for things to adjust, they don't even have to, are undervalued altcoins, okay? But obviously some of them have moved, so it takes a lot of balls to hold it out. Now, I'm just telling you, just be careful of what's coming ahead. This is the Bitcoin weekly chart. You can still see the weekly trend is up. So friends, look, there's no guarantee that it stays like this because look, in the previous, in that Mt. Gox Ponzi cycle, this is where the fractal actually comes from. Do you see how we never flip red? Okay, look at this. We wick under the red. See, if Bitcoin closed below $543 in this week, it would have flipped red, the weekly super trend, but then it wicks back up. It hugs the 21 EMA and it keeps going up. Kind of amazing, right? Look, it never actually flipped red. So if we go to today and we repeat, which I'm not saying we will, look, if the weekly super trend stays around here, it's $34,000 to $35,000. Okay, yeah, look, it is possible we go to 35K and then there's just some shock week where we just go down, touch 30, and by the end of the week, we go back up to 35. All these things are possible. That's why leverage trading, you can get wrecked. All of us in spot, our mental state of mind, right? Our health gets wrecked for that week or that month, but we live to fight another day, just like we lived through the bear market. So that's what I'm saying. Just be careful. This can always flip red at any time. We're just hoping that it doesn't. I mean, look at this. I mean, it would be lovely if, you see this, friends? Look at this. The weekly super trend on the bearish side flipped it for 371 days. It would be nice, right? It would be nice if we did a perfect 371 days again. Oh my God, actually, friends, this is actually crazy. That would land us around January. Oh my gosh, that would be a bit weird, wouldn't it be? If we just, for some reason, by the end of January, we start going down. Well, you heard it here first, right? It's just funny if it's perfect symmetry. I know there's these weird things about markets that we do, friends, that just, it's the minds of the masses, okay? All this weird, spooky stuff happens, okay? We've got some more juicy information for you. Now, PulseChain, okay, PulseChain, PulseX and Hex ecosystem still ravaging around its bottom of its zone. Remember, this is a 3-day chart, friends. If you want to look at the weekly chart, it's still deep in the buy zone, okay? And you also, of course, you have PulseX as well, deep in the buy zone, and you have combined Hex. You know exactly what time it is. I'm also now going to show you ChainLink, okay? Now, ChainLink is around $16 still. Please, once again, yes, just because I talk about it, friends, some people are like, well, why, you're talking about it too much. No, I'm not, okay? I spoke about it for 18 months. You tripled your money. I had the thesis, and it's not just any type of thesis. It is the your friend Somi is a friend for life type of thesis. It is the thesis where we outperform Bitcoin, we outperform Ethereum, which is another way of saying Link BTC goes up and the Link ETH chart goes up, okay? You get to outperform top 2 pillars of crypto with, in my mind, 95% probability and a huge amount, okay? You can stack an enormous amount. You can convert. It's too late to do this. Don't do this, okay? So that's why, yes, this is a big deal. The fact that it's playing out. It's not just some little thing, man. This is not, oh, put $400 in. No. I know people out there, 100K portfolios, they put 30K in Link, okay? I know people out there, they had like 3 Bitcoin in their portfolio. They converted 2 into Link at the lows, okay? So these are types of things we're talking about, like super aggressive with the mindset to make more Bitcoin or make more Ethereum, all right? So yes, it is a big deal, and it's fantastic to see it going up, but you can't do anything about it. So that's why I'm telling you, what's everybody else saying, friends? Whenever their coins go up, they're going, now's the time to get in. Now's the time to get in. No, I told you specifically the time to get in, and the time went away. You had those 2 or 3 weeks. The absolute last time the train was going to leave the station was right here when it went $8. Now, if you still want to play for my targets, you're just going to have to wait for a big retracement. Another big retracement is paid. Now, friends, I've made a masterclass video. I'm going to show it to you. Okay, you've seen. Thank you very much once again for liking, subscribing, belly button, all. Okay, there is a masterclass video. You see this masterclass video? Now, my blood, sweat, and tears went into this video. I make all my videos, okay, with a lot of effort, but that one in particular, I have been asked so often, like every week, the past 1.5 years, please make something like that. And I kept telling people, you don't understand, man, that's 18 months, right? Every single week, right? That's a lot of weeks, man. A lot of weeks, like 75 weeks. Imagine getting asked 75 times in a row, make a video, make a video, make a video, make a video, make a post, make a post. What's coming next? What's coming next? Like every single time. And my response every single time, I told every single person, it's too early. We need to be around Bitcoin halving. We need to see things play out. It's still too early, okay? Even when Pepe was rallying, even when these other coins were rallying, even this weird, when AI coins started moving at the beginning of the year, and then China coins, okay? All this stuff, I was still saying, nah, too early, too early. You gotta understand. And now we're finally here after all this time, because Bitcoin halving is around the corner. And remember, I needed to have faith in myself that would be able to read what's going on and actually put all the information together. And thank God I have been able to. That's why I really, really advise you watch that, right? Watch that video, because I tell you, there's so many things you got to go through. Just quick examples, for example. Okay, so the biggest money we can make is in cycle 1 narratives. Unfortunately, we don't know what they're going to be. Okay, we can guess real world assets and AI coins. The problem is they already exist, and they've been existing for the whole year. And another problem with that is retail knows about them and they didn't get excited. All right, so it might be a retail trap to go into them. See, they're still going to probably go up, those types of coins, but it might not be the moneymaker, the Doge equivalent, the gaming or NFT equivalent, the DeFi 2.0 of 2021, okay, or forking Ethereum type of narrative, okay? It might not be that. So this is something I brought to your attention. So that's the number one way to make money. Doesn't exist yet. We have to wait to the Bitcoin halving year. This type of thing only appears after the Bitcoin halving. All right, and you have to be on your feet. Now, the second way to make the most amount of money is to buy the last cycle's narratives that worked. Because markets, we all have memories, and we are going to rebuy stuff. And you actually see it with, like, for example, Elio trades coin Super, which I had the ICO from. I did like a public ICO back then and just got rid of it for profit. I think it made like 30x, I forgot. Anyway, when it comes to these coins, people are just reliving the past. Why? I'll tell you why, friends. They're following influencers who are from the past cycle, who aren't a hungry wolf like me. And they still have all these coins and the leaders and the founders and the projects and the logos in their heads. So when they talk about them to their influence, to their communities, they're also reliving the past. So they're talking about, oh, remember this gaming coin from 2021? Yeah, they're actually releasing stuff. And you can see the market start to retrace all the damage. Now, how much of the damage is going to get retraced, we don't know. We're just gambling. But that's just an example, okay? There are many other examples. There's layer 1 chains. There are DeFi coins, okay, from the last cycle. You have, that includes like perpetuals, money markets, right? You even have Hex. Hex could be even considered part of that DeFi narrative. You're earning yield and stuff, okay? You have the gaming, you have metaverse, NFTs, you have launch pads, okay? So that is one way to look for profits. But there's a catch. The catch is you're not going to get anywhere near the returns of that cycle 1 narrative. And you just have to be prepared for that, okay? So even if you find a cycle 1 coin, a new coin, which is in an old narrative, it does well. It usually does well. I went back, checked my research, and I did all the examples from the previous cycles. It does well, but it still doesn't compare to entering that whole new spectrum of poop coinery. For example, if you bought the best payment solutions coin in 2020 and 2021, you still don't hold the flame in your candle to Doge, SHIB, Pikachu, those types of narratives, okay? Even there was a Solana narrative because of FTX, okay? So you don't even compare to them. You still do good though. You don't do like, you know, that level of good. So you just have to be prepared for those, and you just got to keep parts of your portfolio available for that, okay? That's why I've been saying since day one, that's why you listen to me. That's why you trust me, okay? I've been telling you in your 90% call, 10% lottery. Remember, I made so many videos. I've told you right here, right? We got it even in my chart here. I've had this every single day forever to tell you 90% call, 10% lottery. So as the bull market traverses, we might go to, for example, 70% call, 30% lottery. We might do that, okay? That's one possibility. And that's just if we are lucky to be blessed with a selection of cheap coins and new narratives, all right? So yes, I know a lot of people I know what we want, because I watch these videos too, friends. I watch them and I say, just tell me the coin. Tell me the coin that's undervalued, that's going to do 100x. I want them too. It's not so simple. There's so many scammers, so many grifters, okay? And you decrease your probability of winning because you're moving outside of a cult in your strong core coins, and you're moving into something that's just la land out there. You have no idea, okay? So you have to be really careful about throwing away your bags, because I do have a strong belief, friends. We might just look back at the end of this cycle. I promise you, friends, I'm doing the sign across. I promise you, from everything I've seen influencers talk about stable coins. So they're all cucks. I've seen them talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum maxi portfolios. So that's cucked too, okay? And what they're not talking about are large cap altcoins, okay? None of them. Interesting, right? This is very interesting, I'm telling you. So they'll talk about small and mid caps, okay? But they're not talking about the $1 billion valuation crypto, most of them. So trust me, I was thinking like them a year ago. In my mind, my peanut brain, I was thinking, wait a minute, large caps suck. Why would I ever want to, like, friends, while I held ChainLink, I'm still holding ChainLink, I was saying, why do I want to own ChainLink and these other layer one big market cap coins when they're not even going to move that much? That's what I was thinking. They're not going to move that much. And you can just deploy, just hold your Bitcoin and Ethereum and then deploy into small caps, mid caps. Now, as that was happening, remember, I thought of the idea first. I kept it to myself. As I sniffed the market out, I realized many people on Twitter, many people on YouTube were thinking the same thing. Now, if there's anything you've learned from my channel, it's that the last place you want to be is the crowd consensus. So instead of thinking I'm a genius like everybody else does, I'm thinking, oh crap, I'm actually a mid-curver. My position, thinking layer one and $1 billion valuation coins are trash, that is a mid-curver position, okay? What are the actual mid-curvers doing, right? They're in stable coins to deploy, but then they shifted now because we're in a bull market. Now they're in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or they're just buying the highest moving stuff, okay? And what are they ignoring? Large caps, okay? They're all talking about, oh, buy undervalued gems, buy stuff under 30 million market cap, 50 million, okay? So it's a pocket I've identified. So what does this specifically mean? Well, in a nutshell, just guessing, I think by the end of the cycle, for example, this is ChainLink versus Ethereum, Link ETH chart, okay? By the end of this cycle, we might just find that people will look back and go, man, I just wish I held these core coins and they just pumped up, right? Versus the ETH. That's what we might find out. Might find that out, okay? We might even find that happens next year, okay? You know, in DeFi 2020 season, okay, 2020, look at this. ChainLink in the year of 2020, look how much it went up, friends. It was already up 5x, and then from that year, look, it did another 3x. Huge, right? 10x versus Ethereum. I mean, if you do that here, I mean, we're not even gonna, that number's way too big. Look how high we get, but you get the point. Even if we go back here, that's enormous. Another 4 or 5x from here. All right. So that's what I'm talking to you about when it comes to this. So now you can see why, right? Everything's a moving target, right? You want to know the answer? Well, I want to know the answer too. I want to see what is the market priced in. Okay. So in my mind, okay, I know this kind of sounds crazy, right? So what they've priced in, what's expensive is Bitcoin, Ethereum. Okay, now obviously Ethereum's cheaper to Bitcoin, but you get the point. That whole focusing on that part of the portfolio is very, very expensive. You already knew that they've priced in USDT, sorry, the stable coins, because that's why, you know, crypto's gone up as a whole. So you know these people are going to lose somehow. So now you can reverse engineer. You go, wait a minute, if those are expensive, then what's a cheap portfolio? It's the one nobody's looking at. It's these things like large caps up here, okay? So these things are probably just going to surprise everybody, friends. That's why you have things like, yeah, BNB, XRP, Solana already moved, Caradanzo, Doge, AVX. Now, what did I do? I picked Link out of all of them. Why? Because I didn't want to diversify into Polkadot, okay? Because I had this moment where if you watch Warren Buffett, friends, Warren Buffett, he goes, diversification is for people who don't know what they're doing. All right. Now, I don't like having this attitude in markets because, man, you just wake up tomorrow, you're down 100%. Okay. It can happen to anybody. But it really did make me think because Warren Buffett has been asked about, he's like, man, what? They asked him, why don't you just buy the top 100 companies? And he always, like, you can see there's a disgust in his mouth. He's like, he goes, I'm not putting money into like overpriced trash. Because why would I do that? You know what I mean? And the vibes I get from him when he speaks about it over the past decades, it gives me the vibe of like, okay, when I'm looking at these coins, for example, I'm like, do I want to be allocating into Litecoin? Do I want to be allocating into Uni when I know there's Link Marines, a cult, and there's no unicorn cult? Do I want to be allocating money into Bitcoin Cash? It's 5 billion, you know, or Stellar, or this debt token from, you know, XRP, from Bitfinex, you know, or OKEX coin. You see what I mean, fans? So you get an idea. Now, obviously, with concentration, you can get it completely wrong. I'm just blessed the way I actually got it right. Okay, so we're going to keep looking out for that. Okay, the prices are moving around. We're in the risk zone. If your coins have moved up, you have to identify whether they're in the risk zone or not. Look, I'll be looking at many coins. The sad part is they're not even anywhere near what I would consider a sell zone, even if they're euphoric. So you're just going to have to deal with any pain that comes on. Maybe get to DCA, add more to your bags later on, right? You know which ones I like. Especially what's coming for the future, friends, is going to be so much better. Make sure you like, subscribe, better, and all. Catch you next one.